Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and today we are going to do a story time because I have tea. I got the tea to spill. It is right here, and it is spicy. Meow. So catty. So I figured I would tell you guys about the time that I allowed people to rent me as a friend. I don't know if you guys knew that was a thing. So if you feel that you don't have any skills and that there's nothing for you to do in life, but maybe you're popular, maybe you can listen really well, there's a job for that. It's called being a rental friend, and let me tell you, the pay can be nice. So to my story of being a rental friend, I decided at one point in time, I had seen this show, maybe you guys saw it or not. It was kind of like not that big of a show, but there was like a little mini series on Netflix called Maniac with Emma Stone and Jonah Hill. I think it came out 2019 because I think that's when I did this. Yeah, so if you watch that, there's like a little section, it's like a bunch of little mini stories kind of put together that have like the characters are the through line basically, and there's one section of it where this person like rents a friend, and I forget like why they, like what the whole premise around it was. Obviously they were lonely, so they rented the friend, but I don't remember like that specific storyline there. And I started thinking when I saw it, I was like, is that a real thing? Like I feel like that would be a real thing. And this day and age, like I'm sure people could rent a friend. And so I was intrigued by the concept of that. And I don't know if you guys know this, but, or at least for me this is the case. When you are a woman and you want to meet other adult women as like, you know, for adult friendships, like as an adult. I've said adult like 3 times. Obviously, you know, we're all adults here. But yeah, when you meet adult women as like friends, it can be really, really difficult to navigate that because I don't know, like female friendships are so odd. And like if you've ever seen Mean Girls.
My hairline is so weird. My pores are huge. My nail beds suck.
It's like that. You kind of have to be like super self-deprecating, or you have to be like really crazy. You have to, like, if you fall into those 2 categories as a person, it's going to be a lot easier for you to have female friends because I think you're less I don't know, you're just like less to deal with. Like people know how to deal with those kind of personalities a little bit more. They know if you're self-deprecating, they're just going to be the one to kind of like, oh no, but you're really so pretty, like stop saying that. And if you're the crazy one, they're just like, ah, well, she's just crazy, like it's just going to be a good time, she's just crazy. So unless you're one of those 2 categories, it can be like really weird to figure out the dynamic of a friendship, and also like just the staying in contact sort of portion. Kind of people fall off so quickly, like after, if you're not in school, if you don't have something where you see them constantly, it's really difficult to maintain that friendship. So long story short, that's why I was like, this sounds interesting, this is an intriguing concept, but I know I'm a really good friend, so I was like, I can just like put myself up for rent, and this way I will learn how like adult female friendships work, because again, for me they're kind of hard, and so I figured I would learn something going through this. So I made a profile and, you know, jazzed it up. I did put my best foot forward, and I was like, hey y'all, I'm a really good friend, you know, pick me. And you get to set your rate. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a premium friend. So my rate was up there. But I set it all up, set my rate, and I was like, done. People can still message you if they can't meet your rate. So like I remember, I think it was within like the first couple hours or like the first day or so where I started to get messages like if you wanted to hang out or whatever, and they would pay this rate, or it would be like a free, they'll pay for your ticket for something or your meal or whatever it was. And I was like, meh, that's not really, because it was a bunch of dudes messaging me, so I'm not even gonna lie. My whole intention for going there and for doing this, to find female friends and to figure out, you know, how female friendships work and girl power and how we can all, you know, connect a little bit better as women. Ain't none of that shit happened. Like, not one chick was like, I want to be your friend, or like, please be my friend. It was like all dudes. So I started getting messages from these guys, and I was like, all right, well, whatever. I can still maybe like learn how to manage a male friendship and have it like completely stay platonic. So I decided to do that, and the first couple, like I said, they didn't meet my rate because I had put my rate at a rate that I was comfortable with. And finally, when somebody did meet my rate, It was a, I think he said like on the profile he was like 40. And I was like, okay, cool. Like 40, that's like a decent age. You know, you're set in life. You're good to go. You just need a friend to like hang out with. Shouldn't be worried about anything like that. So I was like, cool, let's hang out. And he didn't have really, I don't think he had like a preference of where to go or anything like that. He just wanted to like hang out. And so I was like, okay, well, you know, I have like this outdoor mall situation like in the vicinity of my home, because you know, I don't want you to know where I live, but it's easy enough for me to get to and far enough away to where I know you can't follow me home. So it was perfect. So he was like, yeah, let's meet up there. And I was like, cool. So day comes, show up there, and I'm looking for the person whose like picture it is. I'm like, all right, is it that guy? No. That guy? No. And finally this gentleman, who's clearly like 15 years older than the picture that he has up there, like minimum 15 years older, shows up. And I'm like, okay, that's a different face. But all right, let's just move past it, because I am here to be your friend. So he came with a bushel of avocados, and at the time I wasn't super into avocados. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like the one Californian who grew up hating avocados. But recently I've taught myself to like them. So, but he came with a bunch of avocados, and I was just like, ah, thanks. And had no idea. I was like, okay, I can give these to my the irony of this is not lost on me, but I was like, okay, mental note, I can give these to my friends when they come over, because everybody else likes avocados. So now I'm gonna be like bougie and just give these to my friends when they come over. But so he gave me that bushel of avocados, and I was like, oh, you know, thanks. And sat down, started chatting and whatnot. Very nice gentleman, very nice gentleman. And had like an hour and a half, I don't want to call it meeting, but like session. Sounds like therapy, but it kind of is like therapy, because I realized, like, after I started talking, like after I introduced myself and stuff, and like he introduced himself, it was one of those times where, you know, you kind of key in. Like I hope this happens for most people when you meet somebody, is like you kind of key in on like the kind of person that they are, more or less. Like I do feel like that happens for me a lot, where I try and key in on their personality. And for him, I could tell that he was just kind of lonely, which is totally fine. You know, there's no right or wrong way to exist. So if you just happen to be lonely and you're doing the right thing by reaching out to people and like trying to be friends and stuff like that, then, you know, manage yourself how you need to manage yourself. But I could tell he was kind of lonely. So I was like, I tried to take it upon myself, because it's like, you've literally hired me for a service, and, you know, I don't want to think of myself as like an escort, because that's definitely not what this was. I wasn't dating anybody. I wasn't like, you know, doing any escort services, whatever they do. It was literally like, I'm here to be your friend and do, you know, like an activity if you want to go to like the beach or play ping pong or tennis or whatever. And he just wanted to chat, which was fantastic. So I just sat there and I just listened to him talk about his days. He apparently was a drift car racer, I guess. Somewhere around here in California, and he did that for a good like 10-15 years or something. And so he was very like attached to that. Like you could tell he couldn't leave that in the past. He was very attached to it. And you know, he told me about the rest of his life and things like that. And like I said, very nice guy, very nice older gentleman. And at the end, he definitely wanted to hang out again and stuff like that. And you know, I almost felt at the very end that, you know, maybe I shouldn't charge him again to hang out, because like I kind of felt bad. It was a little bit of a feeling bad for him, but at the same time I was like, but would I want to hang out with him as a friend if I weren't being paid? And it's like, not necessarily, because I have to pump him up a lot. Like I'm literally being like a therapist in this situation. So no, I want to be paid. And so that's where I left it at. And I did continue to like hang out, have these like chats with him over at the outdoor mall occasionally. So that, again, so because I felt like he just needed somebody to talk to, which was totally fine by me. Again, do what you need to do to keep yourself sane. So that was my first experience with a rental friend. Just going there, you just chat with somebody, and he always bought me avocados. Each time that we like had these chats, he would bring me another bushel of avocados. So I never had a shortage of avocados. again, for the people who came over to my house. And the other people who messaged me, there was one other one who in the beginning, and there's like a fine, I guess there's a fine line, because to me, like I said, this is a friend website. You're renting me as a friend. I'm there to like just hang out and do the things with you. But sometimes it can get a little bit confusing, because some people want to go out to eat, and sometimes they want to go out to eat later in the day, which can seem kind of like a date. So there was one that I went on with this guy who was very nice, again, and he had no specific, he just wanted to go out to eat. So I told him like, hey, this is my favorite restaurant, you know, if you want to go there, that's cool. So we went to my favorite restaurant, and when we got there, he was super nice, but I could tell he kind of, I think, had the thought of this this could be more than just a friend meeting, and it's like, that's not what this is. We're not doing that. So sat down, ordered, had our food, really chill guy, just chatting. Again, with I came at it with the same sense more or less as the other guy, but like I could tell, I could feel that this guy was like, you know, like we could turn this into a date, and it's like, no, we couldn't, let's shut that down right now. So I had to do that a couple of times with him, but overall he was very, very nice gentleman. And like I said, I think he just wanted someone to go out and eat with, because sometimes people don't want to eat alone. I got no problem eating alone. If you see me eating alone in a restaurant, I am fine. You don't need to come up to me. My bubble is absolutely okay without anybody in it. But yeah, so this guy, I think that's what his intentions were, but at the same time, I think he also thought like maybe this could be like a Bumble situation or something like that. Like maybe I can go in there with the thought of being a friend, but it'll like turn into more or something, maybe. I don't know. So, but again, he was really nice. So I did a couple of those, and they were really interesting. The people, or should I say the guys, because like I said, it was nothing but guys. The guys were generally quite nice, but you could tell most of them just kind of had a little bit of an awkwardness about them. And I think it's really a shame, our society, how we treat people who are introverted, because myself being an introvert, it's can be quite debilitating for some people. Like they don't know how to get that ambivert level, or like that extrovert sometimes level, and the social aspect can be hard to navigate. So not everybody knows what to do with their hands, not everybody like knows where to look with their eyes, and it's a very interesting experiment if you ever decide that you kind of just want to, I don't know, if you just want to like observe people like interesting people, because these people were very interesting. You could definitely rent yourself out as a friend. And like I said, the money ain't bad, because most of these people have good jobs and they just don't have the time to like make friends and stuff like that, or like I said, for whatever reason their social skills aren't like common social skills. But yeah, that was a really interesting experience. I won't do it again. I won't do it again, but I thought it was a very interesting experience at the time. That's my experience being a rental friend, and if you guys are interested in doing it, I will link the website below so you can fill things out. Be sure to be safe, let people know where you're going, have safety devices with you, because, you know, just to err on the side of caution. But yeah, that's all I got for you. If you enjoyed this weirdo story, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned, because coming soon we have my series Life Unraveled, where I talk to people from my real life about real experiences, real things, real problems and concerns, and we have a real dialogue about that. So until that, guys, stay fabulous, and I will see you later. Bye.